we can play this. I thought that Mono Blue Terror and Mono Red are very strong lately, and maybe Palace Sentinel is that powerful that it can just win the other matchups. So that's why we are playing. Sure. I think it's too strong to mulligan. I just have to draw lands, as usual. Okay, is it just Sky? I can risk the brainstorm. I will risk the brainstorm. Okay, if this is Boros, I want the cat. If it's just Sky, I do not want it. I think anyway Charm is not something I want soon. Okay. I think we will do this. So we can both cast a Hawk and... okay, it's just Sky. I could draw one Charm, but I think I want to develop my mana. So they shouldn't have a good turn 3 plays. So I will just Squadron Hawk, discard Cat. They shouldn't have turn 3 plays I would want to counter. Essence Cutter. Oh, wow. Good luck with your top 8. I did not play around Essence Cutter. This is very annoying. Okay, this is good though. We might have just lost the game here. I was so sure they wouldn't have anything with this mana, but to be fair, they didn't play a 2-drop, so I could expect something, but maybe I should have expected something. Okay. Now I want my Lorien back. I'm keeping Sacred Cat to discard it with Modern Age if we draw it. Sure. Damn. So, wait, I can also do this. It could help. When you fall on YouTube to have the big card here. Okay. Eventually we will draw something, I hope. I don't know if I would have cycled the Lorien because you can soon cast it. I have to let this resolve even if it's really bad because then they have an ephemeral target. Okay. Something, please. I will cast this. So if they Basilisk, I brainstorm and try to shuffle back the cat, which is not great in the matchup. If they Wildfire. Okay, they cycle this Lorien. Of course they have Archaeomancer to get it back. Okay. I could play the cat actually and start try to pump it, but I think I want more action. I think I'd rather try to shuffle it. I expect opponent to have Dispel though, so... Okay. I don't know if I can play this, because they can fight here. But now I can maybe next turn play Sacred Cat. I wonder what is in their hand. I will play my little cat and start attacking. I will not try to shuffle anymore. They can block Ephemerate, of course, which is not great for us. I don't know if we really care about Mystic. I don't think we do, because it's the best journey target. Okay, we have a lot of mana, so this turn is interesting. This is the best journey target because both Muldrifter and Archaeomancer, if they break the journey with Destroy Evil or something, or Charm, they get an ATB, while Mystic doesn't give them an ATB back. So I expose the second one to threaten them, so they should interact here, yes. And we do not care, we just want them to use some mana. Okay. Now we cast the first journey. And they probably Ephemerate here. They do not. Okay, so now we cast the Squadron Hawk. They counterspell here. I think I counterspell back. They dispel, sure. Now I think I can afford to brainstorm. Hello, Time El Falco. Yes, he's scared of our Hawk, but I think rightly so. So I think I want the strengths next turn. The cat... do we need the... So if the Archaeomancer, we can charm the graveyard. Maybe I do not need 2 strengths to protect the cat exactly this turn. I can draw it the next turn anyway. I think so. Then we'll just cast 1 cat. We only cycle 1 Lorien, so we have some cards to draw. Okay, this is fine. We have another journey. Ha fatto bene. He did well to fight on the Hawk. I think it was 100% correct. Okay, let's see if we can use the strand. They have another counterspell or a dispel, I guess. Let's journey. Oh, journey is bad because they have ephemerate on Dawnbringer, but I cannot do much. And then let's play another cat so we can start pump separately. Wow, okay. Well, actually, if we gain enough life, I don't know if they can beat us even with Mystic. I do wonder if we start gaining a lot of lives. We can try to deck them because they are not like familiars. They can actually deck. Okay. Will they double block? They were a bit aggressive on discarding those. Did I make a treasure last turn? Maybe I didn't. I will not cast any spell because maybe they have 3 counterspell and D-spell, and so we force them to cast stuff and jump with the Mystic. They cannot make birds. They could have like 2 D-spell, 1 counterspell, but we do not care. Okay. Post-combat we can think about casting stuff. But do we need to? I mean, why not? Sure. As expected. They have another one. Okay. We read their hand correctly. Spezzefragole. Oh, what's the name today? 11 divided by Beb and Reb, while the main deck is the same? Yes. Stock main deck. Okay, so I think they didn't have a particularly bad draw, but we read that their hand was full of interaction and we took the best path to win. Very interesting game. Okay. I think it was interesting, at least. I hope you think the same. So those are all the possible side out. Sometimes I cut the journey because it's pretty bad. But we already have 15. I don't really know if I need all those Hydroblast, but I think they have both Wildfire and Pyroblast, so I think it's fine. Journey is the worst card. We can consider keeping it, but let's try like this. Okay. We definitely have a plan. Oh, I should have played Beb to get the Wildfire. I did not get punished, but I played poorly. I try to keep Lorien. Sure. So I'm thinking I don't feel so confident from this position because I would want to draw some more interaction. I could try to run this brainstorm and cycle one Lorien just to bait interaction actually. Because then I can untap and Palace Sentinel. Okay, those are something we do not need right now. Okay. I actually cannot fight with this. I had to call red. Let's hope we don't need it right now. Let's get more mana. So if I can counter their creature when they are tap out and drop a Monarch, I think we win. Okay. Let's see if they fight on this one. Okay. Okay, if they ephemerate, probably we lose here. Yeah, I think we lost here. Unless we draw exactly Journey or Reb. I think I have to cast this Lorien. While keeping the red open. And try to look for a removal spell. Which this is not a removal spell. So I will discard the lands. Sedge. I wish they fought on the cleansing, but maybe I should have waited, just waited. I had a clear path to victory. I wanted to try to... Or maybe I could be a bit more safe. They probably Pyro my... Yeah, they scred, probably Pyro my Brainstorm. Let's see. Okay. Let's hope they Reb. They Dispel. Okay. We actually are kind of fine because we have double protection for our bases. We can start pumping. Depends if they find another ephemerate or they start going in looping Archaeomancer. Okay, Muldrifter, it's not the worst thing. Actually, we still have we can still draw our Guardian, actually. Will they counterspell again? It's a bit risky. Of them. Okay. Oh, I should have cast DeLorean. I made a mistake. Oops. Got distracted, sorry. Got distracted in my mind. Sure. Very risky of them, though. Because that turn, because I could drop a Guardian. One, two, and this is the third, the fourth. Can I shuffle? Sure. Okay, so 3 counterspell have gone so far. And 1 Lorien. Probably fought wrong in that turn. But we have still a lot of cards we can draw. Sure. They did not bring... they didn't cast any Pyroblast so far. Which is weird. I'm not sure it makes sense to... Thank you, Aerocam, for the follow. I don't think it makes sense to pump right now. I will just try to draw cards. Okay, the fourth. Take 5 next turn. Sure. Mule FM. I probably should watch back this game because I'm pretty sure I made that mistake somewhere. More than one, probably. So they used all their counter spells. Okay, this is interesting because I can journey. They probably have charm, to be fair. So I shouldn't bank on this journey surviving. But let's say they do not. See if they have Essence Scatter. Sure. Let's see, because I don't know if they did actually cut something. No, they cycle landscape. Sure. Okay. No, I do not think I can win anymore. Let me go to the toilet 1 second. I drank too much water and then we go for game 3. Okay, we are back. Do we want to make changes? Do I want one life linker? No, maybe I want to cut down on blue elemental blast since they did not cast any hydroblast, any pyroblast. But I think this is the correct sideboarding. I think they should bring the pyroblast. Okay, this is a mulligan. This is a keep. The journey bottom. I probably have to cycle this Lorien, but I have some turn to decide. They mulligan to 5 with double counterspell. We can try to be a bit aggressive on the counterspells. I can't wait to cycle this. Okay, so now we just need a Monarch. We play 3, we can draw 1. Let's see if they have the Reb. Yes, so they did bring them. Maybe I should have played Island to fight on this, but Monarch? No. Maybe I play badly. Probably I did play badly. Because they miss land drop there. I can cycle my turn. I cannot tap out, so it's not an incredible spot. Sure. So they have the land drops, I guess, if they cycle the landscape. The one who doesn't have the land drop might be me. I think I have to bait Brainstorm. Okay. I think I draw Squadron Ock and try to cast it next turn. With the double protection. And then I can also Brainstorm the turn after with protection. Okay, so they are telling me they have Ephemerate. If they have the count, I can beat one counter spell. If they have double counter plus Ephemerate, they got me. Guys, luckily they don't have it all. Okay. Phew. But they found their counterspell, so we will do our Birchestra recall. Let's hope they don't have more gas after. Okay. Untapped land is good. Let's hope they wildfire us. Because I don't really care about the Basilisk at this point. But if they do not, I will pump. They... Okay. Combat is totally fine. I will not play my Lorien into their 2-mana counterspell, of course. They cast this. So they have 1 counterspell and 1 mysterious card. 1 brainstorm, which is pretty good, I think, in their case. Okay. I don't know if I want to expose the second, but I think I do. I want to push on the... I want to speed up. Sure. 1, we don't care. Second, probably. No. 7. So, if they don't find another removal spell or a drifter to block it, they're risking, or a wildfire, they're risking lethal next turn. Of course they combat, probably they ephemerate. I'm exactly lethal right now. Sure. I'm not, they have 1 more turn now. At least. 1, 2, okay. I should have pumped before. Sure. Can they find something here? Fog, maybe? No. Whew, lucky top deck. Lucky top deck. But double pumping last turn, we played for exactly that top deck winning us the game. So I think fair lucky top deck, let's say. Okay, this land is terrible, but if I draw a tapped land, it's pretty good. But I mulligan. Okay. Much better. Okay. They hate us. The misery. Enemy. Lucky top deck. How many BEB do we have? 6, huh? 6 BEB plus Dispel for this matchup. We can still lose, but I don't think you can do much more than that. Oh, is this matchup? Okay. Things have just become harder. So do I want to develop this modern age, but I could be dead in 3 turns? Or I just journey? I think I always just journey. It's at least 2 damage, probably like 4 if they bushwalker, 3. It's quite some damage we are saving. I think I also have to cat the champ. Untapped Island is maybe the best draw. Okay. Rally Blast, sure. Nothing I can do. Untapped Island, come on. Okay. Okay, okay. I'm journey those because we trade really poorly with the two toughness creatures. And also it saves us quite some damage. Okay, this is a lot. If they bushwalker, we are almost dead. If not already dead. Our out is drawing strengths, I think. Or discarding it now. No strengths. Probably dead. No, actually, if they bushwalk and have just lands in hand, we go to 1. But it's like being dead. Bush? No. Okay. Generally, the matchup is that if we draw... Actually, I could take this. Okay, double bolt. There's not much we can do. Generally, the matchup is that if we draw Medic, it's in our favor. Otherwise, hardly in our favor, but that's it. Okay, so those are terrible, and those are very slow. Dispel. I can keep one Modern Age. Okay. Medic is a vital card because they have Galvanic for 4, which is not always active, and otherwise they cannot kill it. They have Bolt, so they have 4 clear removal for Medic. But if we don't draw Medic or we stumble a bit or stuff, we are dead. 4 mana to block a token, but 4 mana to raise back, and they cannot interact with it. Modern Age is goes back on turn 4. Yeah. Okay, this we do not care at all. I'm so happy when mono red player bring Relic instead of pressuring me. I can play Medic, but then my curve is so. And they probably just bolt. But they have probably Rally next turn. I think I play Medic, I play against Rally. If they bolt, it is what it is. Sure. I'm fine blocking a 1-1 with Rally. Okay, double is a bit strong. Double is a bit strong. I block this because white is annoying. I could keep actually Beb up, but I think I'd rather journey 1 and block this one. Even if they bushwalker, I just let this pass and block the other. This is very good against Bolt, but if we stay back all the time with our tap lands, I think we have to be playing a bit proactively. Okay. Okay, okay. I think I cat. I don't think I bolt. I think... well, it depends what they do. I don't think I block. But I'm not sure. Hmm. Okay. Maybe I use these trends. It's the same if I flashback or not. I still gain one. Yeah. If you're Walker, you're perfect, so you cannot make any mistake. So here I both want to hit my land drop, cast the strengths and pump the cat. I think we will wait one turn to pump the cat. I will cast my brainstorm. Okay, this seems good. Probably the best thing that could happen. This is super slow to cast though. Let me think. Brainstorm is the last card we want to draw for sure. Probably Lorien next turn. And I can pump the cat actually this turn. If they kill it, I embalm it. If they bushwalker, it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I go to 1. Let's see if they crack the relic. Okay. Well, they had a nut draw because they went double. No, yes, they went double burning into rally. There is hardly many deck that can beat this. 2, 4, 5, 6. We lose to double bolt. Do I want to lose to double bolt? No, no, no. I do not. 2, just 4. Okay. Because they do not have an artifact anymore. Reb, Epicure, sure. Okay, so they have Red Elemental Blast and Epicure. I think the best thing we can do is... should I already have Brainstorm after? I remember, but I don't think I want it. I cycle Lorien. Play a tapped land. Pump the cat. And use my Beb because they have the Reb and destroy the burning tree. Next turn I can Modern Age, which is not bad. It's bad, but if we have a land, maybe we can loot it. Sure. Mountain Epicure, I guess. We take 4. Gain 5. Take 4 is not a really good trade, but it is what it is. Okay, casting this Lorien. Maybe it's a bit too slow. Yeah, I think it's a bit too slow. Maybe next turn we can cast the Lorien. I think I still probably trade with this one. I trade with the white one. So they have a percussionist. Probably one bushwalker at least. Okay, so I do not trade anymore, I think. Okay, that's a lot. 4, 5, 6. I don't think I trade anymore because I want to have one life flinker. I have many good draws. Let's draw one of them. It's not that good. I could cast this brainstorm to set up the modern age. But I will discard the Lorien at worst. Worst case, I discard the Lorien. I brainstorm, maybe I find a gate and a double pump. Okay. I can journey here to deny one card. But maybe I should wait one turn. I can journey and not pump. And what the attack back with? 2, 4, 5, 6. So I gain 2, I go to 8. And I have counterspell, dispel open. Now I have only 1. Now I have to pump. But if I journey pump, I tap out. Do you want to give them one more card? I think giving them one more card is fine. I can draw journey next turn. And I will keep the... Will I keep draw journey? I can draw counterspell. We'll draw counterspell next turn. And I keep the 2... 1 mana interaction in my hand. And probably I'm actually gonna trade with the 1/1 since I have 2 cards to protect it. Rally, annoying. They probably have a Reb as last card in hand, would be my bet, so we are not super safe. Okay. Maybe they have a land. I don't know what they have. I take 5. I would have blocked the white one, but not the red one. There is not that much upside. I have Dispel plus Counterspell, so I think now we are safe. This Vector Glider seals the deal, but was a super slow card. And we were probably saved by this not being by the 2 relic not being actual creature to attack us, or bolt to kill the cats. Let's dispel just to use the dispel because I'm not sure I will have other targets. And this is like a removal spell for this. Yeah, it could be a Galvanic if they're not sucking the relic, but I don't know. They want to kill both and suck this, but I don't know. Maybe they have Lava Dart. They crack it now. No, they don't crack it. Okay. Oh, I don't need to block. I should have actually kept it because they would have kept one back to block and I could have cast it to remove the blocker and win a game. But it should be about fine anyway. They need to draw really well to beat this situation, I think. Yeah, I should have kept this to remove the blocker. To give them lethal, like now they would have attacked with everything and I could have removed it. Well, it is what it is, too late anyway. Okay. Attack with everything since they have to jump this. Okay. Okay, they had, if I remember correctly, turn 2 Burning Tree into Impulse, so not a bad start from them. Let me go to the toilet again. I'm really weak at keeping... at waiting. Okay, here we are. I think this is sideboarding. Don't think I want to change anything else. I can keep one Modern Age for one counter spell maybe, but I don't know. I think it's too slow, Modern Age. It's a great blocker, but it's very slow. Incredibly bad hand. Kind of terrible hand again. But I don't think we can go to down more cards. I don't want two colorless lands. Okay, no Tomb Raider. Great. Please, deck, give me a land. Please. I beg. Okay. Okay, thank you. Cannot complain. I think I'd rather keep Beb up this turn and develop a Hawk to block next turn. We are fine on taking one. We suddenly will have to throw our card on... Okay, they're full of Beb as well. Okay, okay. Okay. I don't really have anything I want to discard, plus I can brainstorm in their end of turn and put two Hawk on top. Even if maybe I want to protect this brainstorm, but I don't really know if I do want to protect this brainstorm. Do I? I cannot beat double... I think I have to use my mana. What do they have in hand? Bolt and Blast? I will play another one just to champ. And then stop. I will stop. Now I stop committing to the board. And I will try to use my spell. That's why I keep losing. I should behave well and back for cards. Yes, you have to remain calm, have hope, a lot of hope, and ask nicely. Please deck. Please deck another land now. Please. Okay. I don't want to go to discard, so I have to cast it. I don't attack with the Hawk because I'd rather not jump with the cat. So I don't... I didn't want to risk losing my board on this fight. So I think caching strengths was the safest thing. Let's see if they have another... I can fight twice this turn and 3 times if they let me untap. I use the most expensive, because if they just pass next turn, I can still... I have the least expensive active. I try to optimize my mana. I think I bab this. Because it's very annoying to block. If they bolt exile, it's fine. I hope I eventually draw a lifelinker. Have 6 more in my deck. Okay, they fight here. Probably they bolt with and relic with the green. Okay. Well, one thing is certain, we cannot block. 100% I cycle this Lorien for an island. And they wait a turn to pump. I take 2, I trade if they attack. They can flashback. But if they attack, I won't... And because next turn I can pump and protect the cat with double protection. Yeah, if they have second festivities, they lose I lose the whole board. But I think sometimes you have to make some risky plays. That's how I play at least. Jor got one. Because like there are some play that if it's like 20% you lose the game, but has really big upside, and that's how I usually play. Because still destroy binding with Hydra if they don't think they will gain that much value of 2 mana from him. Is the logic we send it that it comes in against Guardian Mirror? Yes. But it's true that I could destroy... But I was worried about them chaining this. But not talking about the... Maybe you're correct that I shouldn't have Hydro there. I should watch back because I'm really bad at remembering spot. But specifically, sometimes you have to be a bit greedy in your plays, I think, to max your... Like, playing super conservative doesn't win all the games. It wins some games, but it's not like always the best way to play, right? Sometimes you have to take risks. But maybe the Hydra was wrong. I'm bad at remembering the spot. Maybe I should have taken some more time to think about it. Sure, I can take this 4. I guess I'm still too bad. I would have played Basilisk Concat Gate 5 with 1 red open from him and Bab in hand. There are no clear plays, I think, or maybe there is a clear best play, but you have to spend a lot of time thinking about it. And as I said, I'm really bad at remembering the board state. I need to go and watch back. While watching back, I can start... But we saw in this game, you know, at the start of this live, I asked, I have some rally against Caw Gate testing games I did with Bragiotto. They have made the audio because I didn't buy the mic yet. I had not bought the mic yet. But they teach you this. Probably now they have 2 Hydroblast in hand, 2 Pyroblast, and they cannot interact with my cat. So I think for the red decks, it's pretty wrong to bring in Pyroblast, because you want to maximize the amount of cards that can deal with my life linkers. So on average, you do not want to bring the blasts, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what we concluded with the testing. Oh, but when I play on cam, I make a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes even when I play alone, but even more on cam, on stream. I do my best, though. That's why I asked Edo to stream his... Oh, I missed your message, KM613. 6 Beb and 5 Reb, how toxic is the online meta in leagues? It's not because of the leagues, it's just that I was thinking that Mono Red and Mono Blue are probably the best decks right now, and we can cleanly fight them with this configuration. And maybe Palace Sentinel is just so good that it can just win all the other matchups. It's a theory, which might not be true, but that's what I was thinking. Maybe the Monarchy, the good old Monarchy, can win us all the other games. We can just... That's why I was playing this. The Dispel is because I felt weird to play 6 Pyro, but maybe it's correct. And they wanted more card for for the red game. Is there any reason why Jund has fallen off so much? Not really, but this is the beauty. I still have 10 cards to bring against Jund. They bring Pyro, so I have a lot of answer for Wildfire, Pyro, and Breath Weapon, plus the 3 Palace Sentinel, which are the most impactful card in the matchup. For every hand they have, except of the double refurbished, which beats us. But you should be about fine with against every other Jund hand with this lineup. This is my theory. Yeah, I cut Modern Age, Strength, Guardian, and probably 1 Medic. Maybe I can just bring 5 Beb. Is not. I'm not certain, but Beb is pretty good in the matchup, so could be fine to bring those many Bebs. Hey Vanni, love your stream. Been lurking a bit. What do you think about Luther core in this deck? I was thinking about swapping for Modern Age. Okay, you ask me of a card. I don't know. Shadow. Whenever this damage, an opponent draws a card, then discard a card. Okay, so it doesn't fly, so it doesn't give you the body and dies to dies to Clarkland Shaman, and doesn't let you look for the 3rd land drop on turn 2. So those are the downsides. The upside is unblockable, of course it's a good upside. You can try it. I'm not sure it's better than Modern Age, but yeah, try it. I remember when I started playing Pauper, I started with Goblin Combo. I took a Muda stock list, and then one by one okay, so I will play No, I will not play Sacred Cat into Jund. I have too good discard to Refurbished. I started changing one card by one and saying, oh, I could play this instead of this, and every week at my local league, I didn't have Magic Online yet. I played a different card, and then at the end I went back to his list because I understood all the choices. But I think oh, this is Esper Flicker, which is incredibly hard as a matchup. You would not believe. Like Esper Cryogenic. But that way you understand why all the cards are in the deck, which you could understand by making the deck yourself. But if you try a deck which you never played, I think I'm fine. I want to just counter Cryo Relic. Sure. Land. This is a very bad position. I think I have to pass. I will not discard Sacred Cat. I will probably counterspell a core if they... but it's very bad. Maybe I don't want a journey because I then tap out of my counter for their Cryo Relic. Really bad situation. Ben Froley. Yeah, I'm really liking Gates, but need to play something a little more meta. Yeah. Mono Blue and Mono Red, I think, have a higher power level. Should try them if you want to play the strongest power level deck, I think. We're missing land drop. We have 26 land in our deck, 25, and we are missing land drop. 2 in a row. Hawk is insane in this matchup. Is okay. I think I have to let this pass. I need to counter the Cryo Relic. Mono Blue and Mono Red are boring. I don't know. I think I like almost all pauper decks. I do really need a land. Sure. Yeah, I like every pauper deck. Pretty much everything in Magic is cool. You just have to understand how it works. Some are more fun for your opponent, some less, but I really like to try new stuff. And so Magic gives you a lot of choice to do that. They do not crack a spell bomb. So we will embalm the cat. And pass. Of course, missing 4 land drop in our deck seems pretty bad. And I think we will... So this I count... Yeah. This I counter just because they can pick it up and you often win with Guardian in this matchup. Plus... Okay. Let's save the black damage. I think every deck is fun, but not every deck is fun for your opponent. We lose so bad to Cryogen Relic coming down. I will Journey Refurbished. Rebuke. Damn. At least we know they have Rebuke in their deck. Please deck, give me an untapped land at least. Core. Refurbished. Refurbished. Probably Charm. I don't even have discard for Modern Age. I will Squadron Oak just to block. Take 2 cards which are non-lands out of my deck. I think we were pretty unlucky in this match, which is fine. Sometimes last time we top deck Basilisk against Jeskai, and here we lost. Now I'm discarding Counterspell because I think if I want to ever survive, I need to play to the board. And okay. Like here, I journey a Skyfisher. And Modern Age if I draw, because, okay, I can play Squadron Oak and double jump, but I don't think we ever win with that line. I will Modern Age if I draw Strands, I can survive by calling white. We did not draw Strands. So I think I don't really have a lot of cards I want to side out, and I'm really scared about their Cryo Relic, but Pyroblast is really bad, but I think I have to bring some amount, and they have Thoughtcast as well, plus Rebuke. What we don't want. Strength is very good. Journey probably is not that good if they start... if they bring back... they will probably bring in Charm or Downbringer, something to answer Journey, so I don't really like it. I think we can do this. Do you have suggestion, chat? I think this is one of our worst matchup, and it gets a lot better if you play Breath Weapon or Dust to Dust, but it's like 2% of the meta. I don't think you need to respect it. And Buonasera, signor Cornetto. Ok. I will do the not very Chad move to play this on turn 1 to Pyroblast their Cryo Relic on turn 2. Because otherwise, if I play this on turn 2, they can go on top land Relic and start outvaluing us. Lorien, I need to cast all the Lorien I have in this matchup if I can. Have cold hands. Ooh. I happy, you know, we say don't call it, but I'm happy we didn't the stream didn't crash yet, because I don't know, it has happened sometimes to crash, but I have a good connection overall, so I don't really understand why it randomly crashes. Okay, so as I said, I will play around the relic turn 2. I don't think I will ever call a second red. But I could. Maybe I even should. I have all the white. Why not? Let's call a second red. Of course, and I will never call more than 2. Yes. Draws too much in their deck. We cannot survive it. We have a plan. Let's hope they cast another one next turn and then we tap out and cast Lorien. Okay, we discard a Brainstorm. Or we can cast one Brainstorm and decide what we will discard. I think it's better. Okay. I think I can discard the Charm and draw the island. Or I can discard the Modern Age, actually. I think I will discard the Charm. Maybe I should have kept the Modern Age to discard to the second Hawk. I didn't think about it. I think a Brainstorm is too much value to discard. Ooh, Enforcer, sure. This is a lot of pressure. Let's see if we can survive. We did some good trades, but we cannot do much better than this. Of course, the double refurbished, of course, they have the second one. They cast... of course. No, I don't like discarding Pyro because I think I have to fight on this one. I hope they would miss one turn, but of course they do not. It's sad that like our deck is the only deck that loses against this deck. Pretty much everything else beats it, but what can you do? Here we have a blocker, but I don't think it will come in time. I will discard counter spell. Keep Reb up so that I can trade with one and Reb when it comes back. And try to save time, but we are probably dead. Probably. I think it's you really have to fight on their blue cards, so I'm trying to save some time. Maybe we get to... We take 6 still, but maybe we get to jump a bit, draw a journey for the Enforcer, and survive. I'm thinking if I should even shot the Brainstorm. If I draw Lorien, it's okay, otherwise it's not really, but... But this mana might be relevant, but it's too bad if I do not draw Lorien. I don't know what I would discard here, to be totally fair. We would have drawn Lorien. Okay. I was looking for a journey. Should have discarded Strengths. I got distracted. Now I just lost. No, I can jump, block, try to survive. Sorry, I should have discarded Hawk and I would have been alive. Well, I should have discarded Journey. I even thought about it, sorry. Trying to vocalize my thoughts, I made this mistake. Let's see, we are dead to a single removal spell. Even Rebuke here kills us. Charm. Yeah. I mean, if they have another one, I had to block a cast flashback. If they remove it before, I'm dead anyway. Yeah, terrible matchup. But as I said, it's 2% of the meta and wins only against our deck. Loses against everything else pretty much. It's fine. Besides the last mistake, I don't think I have made obvious mistakes. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I didn't draw Journey, but they had a Charm. Yeah, it's like 4 slot for very little matchups. I don't think it's worth it. Honestly. Cards. Okay. Maybe I don't need the 4 lands. Maybe I can just keep 3 and 1 interaction. One, two, three. Depends if I have to. Yeah, this one. Now I might want back my land instead of charm. Sette dita. Okay. Now we have to think if we want to. Sure. I think I want to medic. I can charm their graveyard next turn. Okay. Okay. I think we lost. Should exile their graveyard to take some time, maybe. Sounds better than passing the turn. First they have another one. Well, we have some Pyroblast post-board to fight them. If they drop the Monarchy here, we are dead. Sure. Dispel for Spike, so they play for Spike. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. We are alive at this moment. So I will journey. Okay. I will brainstorm at the end of their turn and probably cycle Lorien in my turn to draw something. Sure. Gurmag. Sure. I will cast the brainstorm to save mana because I'm dying. I need to use all my mana to survive. Okay, definitely want to cycle now. Three lands with the brainstorm is not what I hoped for. This might make us survive one turn. We have even 4 Spike. And we can actually, if they don't have, they already used the 1 Snuff Out and 1 Cast Down. If they have a counterspell here, of course we are dead. Okay. Fine. Charm is not incredible. Probably I keep one charm for a random situation and keep 2 Modern Age. Their creature. I think 3 Modern Age. Sure. As you saw in last game, charm didn't do much. Much at all. Yeah, Sneaky was the best card in Modern Horizon 3 with the artifact equipment. Without, it's much worse because just a 2-1, but still a very promising card. Oh, I need to bring the Dispel. I forgot. Oops. Well, too late. This is very sus hand, but I can Squadron Knock on turn 2 and get 2. And I even have to call red with this. Let's see if they have Force Spike. No. Okay. If we draw something to discard, we can Modern Age. But I don't... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very close. Okay, 1 lander. Fair. Okay, now they can already drop a terror. I will look for the Lorien, which we do not draw, so we will draw one more Hawk, but it's fine. It's fine. Next turn we have 1-2 or 1-2 or even keep the Pyro. Sure. Sure. Land? Well. Oops. It's a land. Does it ever make sense to get it untapped? I journey no. So I will get the tapped one so that we can draw one more untapped land from our deck. Since I don't have I don't know if they have starter. Let's see. Maybe they do. Okay, Sneaky comes back anyway. So the hip gate is good, but I would like to draw some action. Okay. This lined up well. We are a bit weak to fumes, but I think we have to commit a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably terror. Of course, fumes. I think they play 1. Basilisk. Okay. We are very weak to Monarch here. Monarch snuff out. But if they do tap out for it, we can draw Guardian. Which they can jump, but it's very annoying for them. Confession, sure. Okay, they're trying to race us. But now our Modern Age flips. This game is being fun. I think I rab on that because I want a life linker. Okay. They probably have a few lands in hand. That's why they considered so aggressively. I think I don't need the last charm. I think I'd rather play one more Dispel. Modern Age is incredibly good, but I have to keep more strengths to discard, which I don't really like. I think we are fine like this. Even if we got instantly punished by the fumes, we managed to win. Instant punish, like literally instant punish. Okay, at least we can call the right colors on the right gates. Of course they will play Abandon Attachment on turn 2, so this doesn't do much. Okay. I think it's worth developing the Modern Age, even without the white. Probably we can discard the island next turn. Maybe I do want an untapped land on turn 4. Nah, I don't have double white to use it. I think we are fine. I hope I don't get too punished by this Caw Gate on red. This could be a very expensive mistake because wasted a lot of my mana. Here I could sacrifice or medic. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they brought Hydroblast. This is a Gurmag. Sure. Of course we draw the second Hawk, but it's fine. It will get a counter spell probably. They probably have a snuff out for my Modern Age. So I don't think this will stick, or a cast down, or a removal, yes. They are racing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's start by Squadron Knock. They counter. Sure. Let's try to Squadron Knock again. And play this. Next turn we can start punting, Squadron Knock. I will not block because I'm dead to the Monarch, which I do not know if they play, but if they do I would be dead to it, which I'd rather not. I'd rather have a flyer. So let's start by doing this. Seven, it's quite a lot of damage. Okay. 4 is still a lot of damage. And we have 2 life linker they have to answer, which is hard for their deck. They can Lorien. Yes, this is a good card. Second Gurmag is fine because we are bigger than their second Gurmag. Although it's annoying if they have third snuff out, we lose our race on the swing back. But they do not because they kept sneaky to champ. I think I'd rather draw and try to journey the Gurmag. I could gain the life, but I think... okay. I think this is very valuable. Okay, they block because they have another Mystic. Mystic is not a real problem. Depends how many removal they have in their deck. By itself is not a real problem. Sure. Okay. Ok. Buonasera. Delle versioni di Gates, we want a tier list. Tier list of Gates deck. We could do it later. Cars played really well, but I think it's very hard for them to beat us for the UB deck. So I see the commercial is running. I go to the toilet and look for a match and start when you all are back. So, the Flowmeister, if I knew how to make the tier list, we could do it. But I'm not a tier list maker. I should learn how to make it before. By far, Caw Gate, of course, is the best. Naya is funny because it's not as good as Caw Gate, but beats Caw Gate. Food Gate is the most funny, for sure, because it's just too fun. Okay, I think we lost with this hand, probably. We will see. Okay. We have a shot due to the top gate we drew. What did you end up thinking about Sleep of the Dead? I saw you playing it yesterday, but didn't get to stay long enough. Tomorrow you will have the video on the YouTube channel about the full testing. I think here we just Squadron Hawk to champ. We could also Modern Age, but I'd rather Squadron Hawk. I take 2. So next turn I can brainstorm Squadron Hawk for 2 again. Gallblast. Okay. I think we are fine taking 3. Sashimi di Cocco, thank you for the follow. Are we? We go to 8. I think so. So I said, Ben Frelly, tomorrow you will have the video on my YouTube channel. The Sleep of the Dead testing video. Sadly, MTGO is not as good to test those stuff because you cannot choose your cards. So you play with what you have, with what you draw, and you cannot see the real effect of a card as you would on paper. But I think it's interesting, and I drew a bit too little to judge it, honestly. Facela con Versace. I think it's definitely interesting. This card is crazy against the mono red. Rally. Okay, they flooded a bit, but they were on the play. To be fair, they won the die roll and they had great early pressure. I think I can deal with the... I think the journey is great, just not this turn. I will it will eat the percussionist. Deny Gallblast lethal. Right now I'm dead to Bolt if I tap out of strengths or use it before damages if they attacked. But if they didn't attack, well, if they attacked I wouldn't have used it. I would have blocked and remained at 7. Traded the board, so it doesn't really change. But did you hear the answer, Ben? So I deny affinity and a card. I cannot make a treasure. I need to respect. Yeah, I think maybe not in this meta, but it's super interesting as a one-off, as you can develop Modern Age more freely because you can discard it for value and tap into blockers in some turn is super relevant. Okay. Okay, now I feel safer. I will start attack with this one to gain life. If I get back to 9-10 lives, I'm much safer. I don't need to kill any of those. Sure. Sure. I think we block and color red. They bolt us, which we do not really care because we take 3. We don't really care. We go to 2. Eat their board. And start going up with medic. Okay. How long till we drew Basilisk? Well, quite a bit. We needed to go up with the life linker slowly. Okay. We have a plan at least. Oh. Okay. I don't know if there was the ad and you didn't hear, but thank you Sashimi di Cocco for the follow. Thank you everyone for the follow and for being with me this afternoon and every other day you tune in. Thank you so much. If you don't get to stay the full time, I upload most of my VOD on YouTube of the interesting stuff, and they are always the full thing. Thank you, Dama. And they are always the full VOD you can find on Twitch if you sub. But you don't need to. Of course. I learned the format with you, Juju. Great. You know, that's exactly the reason I'm doing this, because when I started playing, I used to go every weekend. I took the train to play at the closer LGS because there were not many people streaming or streaming often Pauper, and I really wished to see more decks and more stuff played. I don't think we can keep. And so I thought I would try to do this to help other that are like I was. Because I did want to learn the format, all the decks, and see how they played. I remember I used to watch Aizen, Sidin, but also Adepto Terra Notiziario Pauper was my favorite video. Thank you, Juju. I'm happy it's helpful. Also, Adepto Terra Notiziario Pauper. I don't know if they are still on YouTube. Every Sunday, he would upload a video, and I would, while I was in the train going to the Pauper event, I would watch it. With Rally, we are dead. Okay, no Rally, so no to drop, I guess. Journey? I think I play Cat to just jump. No, Adepto Terra now streams more, but I'm thinking, I'm talking about like 4 years ago. He had this YouTube series going where he used to stream to tell the story about the decks in the meta, and I loved it. I love the historical context. So them just casting this tells me they probably have more, but I do not have any other play, so I will just commit to the board and hope they do not actually have more. Even if they probably do. Because otherwise you keep it to try to catch more creatures. Of course they have more, as we said, but 2, 4, 6, 7. We are at 4. Gulf Blast? Yeah. No? For you, what is the best deck for a novice? Depends if you mean to win the most or to learn the most. I think to learn, I would probably play... So, if I chump, I take 3, I survive. Or I can just cast Strength and hope. Well, it doesn't matter if I cast it on combat or... to win, I would play Mono Red, probably. To learn, I would play Mono Blue, which has a super high power level, but... okay. Mono Red, it's easier to win with, but you learn less, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my... I think casting cantrips, understanding which card is the most important in some spot is not easy to do, and Mono Blue teaches you that a bit more. So the plan is double block, flashback strengths, counter with Beb whatever they flip. Epicure. I think I have to flashback strengths here. Do I? I want to catch the Tomb Raider. What if I buy beer? They attack a flashback strengths. Seems even better. I could buy beer. No. So they don't have it and they don't have the cycle. Okay. I will not use trends if they do this though. Let's see what they flip. And sure. I should have double blocked. I made a mistake. I would have gained one more life. My bad, chat. Here you always block with all the life linkers, you know they cannot interact, and I would have done one more damage. And will probably be relevant, sadly. This helps. 2, 4, 6. 8. 4. So it really did matter. Play those two, I have to hope opponent doesn't draw anything, and if I draw a gate, can I double... Well, if they miss their draw, I can double block. I would double block and go to 1 rather than... yeah. I'm dead to anything they draw anyway. Okay, if they had the AP hero, I would have gone to 1, but it's not really relevant. The white creature is annoying. The 2 more white creature are annoying. And they go to 2 because if they attack, they should attack. Because trends call red. Very annoying. How do I block next turn? Well, they didn't need to attack with those. Yeah, they just attack with this. I need to draw Sacred Cat. Now their strength is not bad, but it's not as good as it seems. I don't think I can double pump. I think I will block Soldier and Flashback for red. If they attack like this... I take 3, I go to 4, and they have Gulf Blast. I still do this and Flashback for red. So I do not die to Gulf Blast after damages. One, two, three, four. I think I want to cast. What if I pump? I take... Okay. So I'm still dead to Gulf Blast from the top. I don't know if they kept it though. I'm dead to Bushwalker. Maybe should have Squadron Oak kept up strengths, it was safer. 3 plus 2. I'm not actually dead to this. Maybe I should have on the stack called red. No, it doesn't change. If they have bolt, I'm dead. But if they had bolt, they would have bolt the cat, I think. So red, it's yes, I go to 3. Okay. I for sure will Squadron Oak. No point in using the ability. I think I still have to attack and gain those for life. I don't know if I should actually block a white with the Squadron Oak. I think we always counter this. I think opponent has lands or something not relevant in hand because they didn't cast it before. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what if I block this and call red? I take 3, I go to 4. Otherwise I can block this, but I do not win. I think Welcome, Junkyard Genius. I think I want to trade... Okay, so opponent drew this. And they didn't cast anything last turn. But they could have a... They probably could have a bolt. No, because when I cast strength, if they cast bolt, I lose. But maybe I was at 4. Maybe they have bolt. So... Yeah, I don't want to make Hawk die. I'm thinking if I block here... Okay. Opponent consider, but let's go back to this situation. Opponent right, GG's. See, if opponent had bolt, would have bolted me. I was thinking, and I think they draw this, so probably they have a land. I was thinking just what is the best block. So if I block this and flashback strength for red, I take 3. If I block this flashback, no. Okay, it was just block this and flashback this, because it's 4. If I prevent red. Yeah. If I block this and prevent white, I take 5, so yeah. I wanted to make sure these turns... Sorry chat, it was a bit slow. We have been playing for a while, to be fair, but I was a bit slow to figure out which was the best block. Seva Bolt, probably he could have just killed me when I casted Strength in block phase. If I did, I think I casted it in the blocker phase. Okay. We lost this. I think we were... Game 1 we missed 4 land drops, but it's a terrible matchup anyway. We won everything we should have won, and lost everything we should have lost. The deck is super solid. I don't think you should focus on beating the Esper nothing deck. Let's see what we open. Hey, Bonnie per Cutter. Saruman. Okay. Cory. Some time ago it would have been so good. Right now, not really. Maybe the fetch is a few ticks. Yeah, I would want to play Dust to Dust, but I don't know. They're not really that impactful. Even like only in this matchup and against Grixis Affinity, pretty much they matter, in my opinion. I'm thinking about this Dispel. I like it. I should make the Excel and check if I have some sideboard, some matchups where I don't know how to sideboard. But it was a solid performance, I think, overall. Dust to Dust, I tried Ben Fraley against Jand. It's high variance, sadly. There was a game I tested here against Makachok that was placed Jand, and I casted Dust to Dust on turn 3 and I lost. So, I drew poorly, they drew well, but it should not happen. It just should not happen. Okay. Thank you for the prime sub, minchia la bamba. You really are magnanimous. Welcome to the second month. I don't know if we should... you can watch all the VODs. Sono un dio magnanimo. I don't know if... there is much more to try at this point. This dispel is just a bit random, but you know, as I showed in the how to sideboard video, you should just try to figure out... well, let's not be... Let's not be... how do I... Nah. Okay. So let's try to make this one fit. We have Modern Age. To see if some matchups are... No, Cauldron, sorry. Medical Outlaw. Let's just write Guardian. So these are the creature. Brainstorm, counter spell. So we can discuss a bit about the sideboarding. Journey, charm, strengths. Okay. Oh yeah, Hawk. Thank you. Counter for Journey, 3 Charm, 4 Strengths for Lorien. Ok. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 39. Ok, we should be fine. And 21 lands, which we never cut, so we don't need anything. So let's try to make this fit against Mono R Madness. Mono R Rally. Mono U Terror. Do we have anything relevant in the meta? Well, let's start with this. Then I have to do this D2. Okay. D2. Okay, sorry. Here. D2 plus D2 plus D3 plus D4 plus D5 plus D6 plus D7 plus D8 plus, yeah, Janden Grixis, D9 plus D10 plus D11 plus D12 plus, okay. We should be, and there should be equal. I remember the last time someone told me you have to put equal here. Okay, perfect. Ah. What did I do? No. I destroyed everything. Good. Let's go back here. Why doesn't... Okay. I have to... come on. I can... Oh, I can click back. Okay. I remember it was like this to bring... Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay. Pyroblast. Pyro. Web. Monarch. Dispel. Thank you, Evil Drake. Somma, clicchi e trascini. Non so cosa... I don't know what I did wrong. Man, I have a really hard time against Gruul. I have some tips. Try to interact on their threats, not on their mana. So try to remove with Journey and Charm their threats, and Guardian is a blocker for green creature, and try to maximize your strengths. They're very close match. I understand it's really tough to play against them, but I think you can get used to it. Okay. I think there should be some Junkyard Genius. I should have played at least once against them. You can look up some games on YouTube, but I don't remember. I have played so many leagues with Caw Gate already on YouTube. Sorry. So, Modern Age, it's always an out. Guardian, it's an out. And Charm is really bad. You can keep some, but they're pretty bad. So this is 8. And we bring 6-1. So we would want one more Beb. You can keep either one Charm or Modern Age. Probably one Modern Age, honestly. Yeah, you have to try to remove them, their colorless creature. Usually Repurposer and Chrysalis you can jump a lot with cats, though. But every game is its own game. So I think like this we are... Oh, I didn't add the one under. Okay. 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Okay. Oh, I should minus, but... Okay. Well, same sideboarding here. So, but to be fair, I would want to have one more. Mono Blue Terror. I think I want to cut some strengths in the future, up to 2, because when you draw too many, but let's start with 1, they stay stuck in your hand, it's terrible. I think this is something I used to do wrong, not cutting all the strengths. But I have to test it, maybe next time against Bragiotto. No, this is already 15 cards. So I want to see how many weak spotted we have. Like, we have a weak spot here, because this would want to be my sideboard card, and we would need one more card to bring in. Jund Wildfire. And Grixis Affinity. Okay. And Control Deck. No, and BG Garden, which has had a resurgence lately. Okay, so as I said, I want to cut 1/2 strands. Let's just try one now. I think you keep one single charm for the sleep, but not even, maybe. And you cut at least 3 Modern Age, if not all the Modern Age. Probably all the Modern Age. Because they're super slow. But maybe you do not cut the Modern Age. Maybe this is something I was... okay, cut for Guardian, which is a mistake, but... And this I have to think about, how many strands Modern Age I want to keep. You can consider cutting some counterspell, like 2 counterspell, because it's very hard to keep 2 mana open. And you for sure bring 5 Peer and 1 Dispel. Do I want to bring the Monarchy? I do not think so. But, well, if they have Delver, 100% no. If they don't have Delver, I can think about it. But here I need 3 more cards, you see. This is how you check if your sideboard is built correctly. Because here I would need 1 more card to bring in, and here I would need 3 more cards to bring in. And that's what you do. Why sometimes you see my sideboard having 1 Scatter, 1 Dispel, 1 or 2 Scatter to fix those. Because maybe it's a card that you can put in this matchup and in this matchup. So, Giant Wildfire. I always cut Modern Age because we lose to Refurbished, and you do not have card to discard to Refurbished to Modern Age if they refurbished you multiple times. I often cut the Guardian, and I cut up to 4 strands. This ideally is my sideboarding out. Sometimes I cut 1 Outlaw, but maybe you can keep it. No. Let's keep it. And here we have for sure the 3 Monarch and the 1 here. And 5 Beb. 5 Beb seems a bit much, but maybe you can try it. I think might be better than what it sounds. I don't even know if I want this Dispel. Spell Pierce is good, not really good against Terror. And situationally good against Rally, but could be very good or very bad, depends on their draw. Super good against Madness. But then, like, I consider this deck able to win against Mono Green Elves. The basic version. If they play the Distant Melody version, you lose. But the basic version you can beat. Because you have a lot of answers for their threats. And the same goes for Monster, because if you cut down on Charm, Medic, Charm Medic to play Pierce, then you do not win against Elves anymore. So it's a trade-off you have to choose for yourself. Elves is pretty popular in paper, so it's a trade-off I'm not making usually, so but you can choose for yourself. Against the Grixis is the same problems pretty much, and I don't think I would bring the Monarch. I would bring Dispel for sure, and then I forget. They bring Red Elemental Blast. They bring usually Red Elemental Blast, so I usually want to bring some Beb. I don't think I want to bring the Pyro for their... They only have 4 Thoughtcast. If they have the Gerseeker Serpent, you always bring Pyroblast. But if they don't have Gerseeker, maybe I should try Monarch. This is how do you make the color? This is the one I should test. This I should test. And this I should test more, even if I already tested it with Pietro. You can find it on the YouTube, some focus testing against Mono Blue Terror. I should test more, because I have not a really clear... I mean, we had a decent plan for Pauper Guardian, you saw Edo performing well, but maybe we can make it better, maybe. Garden is something I have clear what I have to do. I cut all the strengths, and I cut like 1 or 2 charms, 2. Usually I would cut, okay, maybe even 1, just a bit, because you have to force remove their creep threats, okay. No, probably I have to keep the strengths if I bring the Monarchy. But I don't know if I can bring the Monarchy, to be honest, because you sometimes you have to take damage, but I have to test it. I should test this matchup more. As I said, okay, here is 4 strengths we can cut and 1 charm we cut for sure. Everything else is super good, and I never want to cut creatures against the BG Garden, because you have to make them finish the removal, and I only bring 3 and 1. So maybe you can keep 1 strength or the 3rd charm. But this is a very strong sideboarding, actually, because like the hands where you draw 2 Monarch, you can first develop the Monarchy, and then you can steal. Some way you lose is if they cast the Monarchy, and you cannot buy it back because they remove all the creatures. But if you can buy the Monarchy back with your Monarch, I think the matchup is quite easy. Because they need that draw spell, the draw power. So yeah. But this doesn't... So you see, this sideboarding I tried today has a lot of mistakes. No, okay. Has a lot of mistakes because I have many weak spots. Weak spots. And that's how... Maybe it's part 2 of how to build a sideboard. This should be all... You should have all the matchup of the meta here. And this should be all 0. You should have a plan on how to sideboard in every matchup. And this tells me is not really well built. But it's not really well built, but plays the most powerful cards in Pauper, probably. Monarchy and the Blasts. So that's the trade-off. And I think I have spoken for like 20 minutes straight. You were very kind for listening to me. It must have been a bit boring after all. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Tomorrow you will have the video with Sleep of the Dead on the YouTube. Subscribe on the YouTube if you didn't, please. And let's see if someone... It was a free class. And let's see if someone is online playing Pauper, which is such a cool format. No, I don't see anyone playing Pauper online right now. Let me see. Nope. Okay. So, thank you. Have a nice evening, you all. I will send you to Aspiring Spike, which was someone I kept watching when I started playing Magic, even if I don't play Modern. If I don't play Modern because it's too expensive. And Pauper has a lot of learning you can do. Bye bye.